Hey everyone, thanks for joining me here again. Today we're going to do a video that I haven't done in a while now, an unboxing video. I really like doing these, but I haven't bought anything worth opening up on camera lately. That changes today. Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, the Collector's Edition. This thing's like 200 bucks, so we're going to open it, talk about it, and see if it's really worth it. I've already read some questionable things online about the quality in here, so we'll see. Inside we're supposed to be getting the game, the Infinity Gems, a couple statues. I usually don't buy into collector's editions of video games very often. When I do, it's because they come with a statue. Yeah, if there's a statue or some kind of really cool collectible involved, I'll probably dish out the money. Here's the game. Comes in a slipcover with a really cool steelbook. I'm a big fan of steelbook cases. I think every video game and every physical movie should come in these because they're just awesome. Looks like the PlayStation version has an exclusive Major Carol Danvers costume for Captain Marvel, which I kind of don't care for. I would much rather play in her actual superhero costume any day. Here's the big stuff. This is kind of cool. I don't know if you guys can see this. I mean, really, it's garbage. It's just styrofoam, but it says Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite on here. I don't really get the point of that because who displays the styrofoam? This shit better be worth it. So before I open this, from what I have seen online, from other videos and websites and whatnot, is that the Infinity Gems in here look nothing like what is advertised. And they're like super low quality and look like those cheap little Easter eggs. So I wanted this more for the statues and just because the gems light up. So here goes, the moment of truth. Damn, this is a lot of shit in here. I'm trying to open this as carefully as possible because I don't want something flying out of here and breaking. To start off, let's look at the Infinity Gems. Here's the box it comes in. It definitely, actually, let me get the box. So it looks very similar to what they advertised. However, they added some like kind of like metal shading. They made it look like aluminum almost in these photoshopped images. It's definitely not that. I'll put it up close so you can see it better. It doesn't feel too cheap. It is plastic though. Yeah, it's definitely not as high quality as the image looks. It's kind of hard to tell what the final product is going to look like because they always Photoshop these images to make them look better. So, while I don't think the box is ugly, definitely a bit cheaper than expected. Here's the Infinity Gems, the infamous Easter eggs. I see what they did. Okay. So they didn't really change the look of them at all. In the pictures, they look exactly the same as these, except they kind of photoshopped like a crystal effect on each one. So I think that's what people are really getting up in arms about. I understand. I mean, the picture looks way better. But that's why. They don't look any different. They just photoshopped a different texture on them. It's kind of hard to tell on camera, because on camera they probably just look like those cheap little Easter eggs that are just a solid color. But they do have a texture underneath that look like kind of wavy. It's the only word I can really think of to describe it. So overall, I mean, they're not as cheap looking as I expected them to be, but they're nowhere near as high quality as I wanted them to be. It doesn't even come with batteries. Hang on, I gotta unscrew this and get some batteries in here. Alright, let's test this out. Takes 3 AAA batteries. Let there be light. Oh, wow. All the negative things I have heard just mention that they look cheap. I disagree. I mean, they look different than the picture, but the actual product, they do have a texture to them. Each one does have one, and they pulse. I didn't know that. I thought they just lit up. I have heard some complaints that they're not removable, which they're not. I understand why, because this back panel behind here is lit with LEDs. If they were removable, they would probably have one cheap little LED in each socket, and you would lay the gem right on top. It wouldn't have the same effect, so I understand. Here, closer look. I do like that pulsing feature. I have to take off some points just because of the casing itself. The casing itself is kind of cheapy. I'm happy with the gems, not the casing. I don't know where I'm going to put these, but I'm going to find a way to display it right next to this baby. Alright, now let's take a look at the statues. We get a statue of Mega Man X, my favorite version of Mega Man. I dig it. It's a good size too, and I'm pretty happy with the quality. I would say it's more along the lines of the quality of a really good action figure, though. Not necessarily a statue. Just to compare, actually, you know what? Let's grab Iron Man. Okay, this is a badass Iron Man right here. Yeah! Just to compare the quality, I have a little Green Lantern statue here made by a Japanese company called Kotobukiya. They make a lot of really cool shit. Look at the size of this. It is pretty good quality. It's a little harder than this. This is more almost like PVC. I'm not sure what it's made out of. But yeah, these retail for anywhere from 50 to 80 bucks depending on the character. And look at the size comparison. So yeah, this is actually a pretty good quality statue. Here is Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, whatever the hell you want to call her. I like this because I don't have any Captain Marvel collectibles, and I've always thought she was a really cool character, and we're getting a movie soon, so I'm glad it came with her. Now I can tell you right now, in the promotional images for the Captain Marvel statue, those did look a bit better. It's not, the face isn't molded as perfectly as it was in those photos. But that's pretty common when you have these statues that are mass-produced. They're not going to look exactly the same as that first promotional image that was manufactured specifically for advertisements. Here's Chun-Li. Honestly, I've never been a big fan of Chun-Li. They could have literally picked probably anyone else to make a statue of, and I would have preferred that. But it comes with the set. It would have been really cool to have a Zero statue. I'm sure they didn't want to just do it all Mega Man. But, I mean, there's a neck statue. Why not have Zero with it? But here's a closer look at Chun-Li with her super thighs. So yeah, good quality. Now, the real question is this set worth $200? So a lot of the reactions I've been hearing is that it's not, because again, the gems look cheap online. You gotta remember, you're getting a bunch of other stuff too, so let's see if it is worth it. Let's break down the math. You've got the game, that's 60 bucks. You've got the season pass, that's what, 20, 25 bucks? Let's call it 25. You're at $85 right here. This, I personally value at like 20 bucks. You're at like 105 bucks right there. So you've still got 95 more dollars to justify. That's where the other 4 statues come in. That's the equivalent of paying about $25 for each one of these statues in a store. They're just one slight step below the Kotobukiya stuff. So if you take everything into account, I think $200 is a fair price point for everything that came in here and the quality that we did receive. Would I have been more comfortable with 150? Yeah, absolutely. This is nowhere near as cheap as what you see online. Online, you just see pictures of them turned off, and in the wrong lighting, anything could look like crap if you take a picture. But if you look at it firsthand, there is a texture on all of them. It pulses. So I think it's a cool part of the set, which actually that's pretty rare when I get a collector's edition, and I'm pretty happy with everything that came in it. Usually there's a couple of things where I'm just like, oh, this sucks. So yeah, pretty happy with my purchase. But I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this unboxing. I am going to review this game, so I'm going to work the rest of the day on beating the story mode, and I'm going to review that for you guys, so stay tuned for more awesome content. Anyways, this is Fabian, I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.